Hello people, Carlito here once again, this time with an update on, I suppose, the sneak peeks. There's only been one so far, there'll be another one in a couple of hours probably, and so far I guess so good, because the level 6 minions has been warmly received. Some people are a bit down on the minions and they think it's a bit of a rubbish sneak peek, a bit of a rubbish update. I'm probably nearer that camp than I am the one that thinks this is really good, because level 5 minions do a job and level 6 minions aren't really going to do a different job, they're just going to do the same job slightly better. So for example, you're not going to get to go and raid people that you can't currently raid with level 5 minions, unlike when they brought out level 6 archers, because they suddenly survived the level 5 mortar. And that meant you could raid bases that previously you'd skip if you had a farming army, because the archers would survive, and that survival of that one mortar hit was really important, because it'd often give you enough chance to actually destroy the defensive structure. Anyway, that being said, minions will give people that use balloons and minions, people that use that army, it'll give those guys a boost. They could get really innovative, and if they decided to give you a switch of some description that turned the minions from any target troop to anything, maybe a defense targeting troop and they did targeted defenses, or maybe a resource targeting troop, that would give a real different dimension to the game, because all of a sudden you could use that troop in a totally different way. And this game should be about changing things up so we don't get bored, because this leads me on to one of the reasons I've not been making videos and playing the game as much is because I got bored. I did my level 10 walls, I maxed out Town Hall 9 completely. I'm maxing out Town Hall 10, but my builders are always busy, so during those long build periods it just gets really boring. And changing things up, changing the way that we raid, changing the way that we need to defend, all that is interesting. So when hogs come out and people were scrabbling around trying to find out a hog proof base, people were building hog armies and trying to work out what's the best tactics, all of that was interesting. Same with the witches, when witches came out and people were all of a sudden building different army compositions and trying to work out how to crack bases. That's what makes people want to play. When you're pressing next for literally 20 minutes in a row, it gets soul destroying, and I've had people leave the clan because they either just quit the game or they just wanted to move around, because our clan is quite active, and if you get inactive we often ask people to go and sit in our chill out clan. So all in all, I think this update has to be really big, and it has to touch on a couple of areas. So the first thing, as I've said, is content. We need some sort of clan wars or something to bring the clan together so you can fight towards a common goal. And I think that's been implemented by a lot of the competitors, and it is definitely required in Clash of Clans. Also, we need some sort of contest perhaps, so you need to raid a certain amount of resources in a certain amount of time, or you need to crack a certain type of base or destroy a certain number of defensive structures, all of that kind of stuff. That drives activity, that keeps people interested, and it gives you something to talk about, so I could do more YouTube videos. Also, the resource issue is a big pain. There's lots of people clicking next, an awful lot of time, and it's at Town Hall 10 it's very expensive, and you can often find yourself making a loss on that whole fight, which is ridiculous. Town Hall 11, yeah, that might be needed, and of course we could do some more troops, maybe a totally new dark troop, that would be quite cool. So until the next sneak peek, which should be shortly, stay tuned. Bye from the king, bye from the queen, and I will see you on the next video.